Welcome to my new lecture, Define Activities. Define Activities is a part of Project Time Management and Planning Process Group. Define Activities is the process of identifying and documenting the specific actions to be performed to produce the project deliverables. The key benefit of this process is that it decomposes work packages into schedule activities that provide a basis for estimating, scheduling, executing, monitoring, and controlling the project work. But prior to start my talk directly on define activities, I would like to give a short introduction what documents you need to work on define activities. So let's talk about the prerequisites. Do you remember? First official document in project management is called project charter, which is the first official document which is handed over to the project manager by the project sponsor to initiate and to start the official work to perform a project work and produce deliverables and meet project objectives given in a project charter. Once you get the project charter, your first step is to identify the stakeholders. So what are stakeholders? Stakeholders are those people who will give you requirements for your project. Second, you will develop project management plan. Then, based on the project management plan, you start your work on gathering requirements from the stakeholders according to the stakeholder register, and based on the requirement documentation you will work on to correlate your requirements with the project objectives, and project objectives are given in a project charter. We do our project work to achieve our project objectives. So if any requirement is ambiguous and does not correlate with any project objectives, it means that you are doing something extra. So this document is very important. Based on the requirement documentation and requirement traceability matrix, you try to compile your requirement documentation into summary form. And you will also explain what is included in a project and what is excluded from the project. And this is done in project scope statement document. Based on the scope statement, your next step will be to graphically explain your project, and that is done in work breakdown structure. What is work breakdown structure? A work breakdown structure is a graphical representation of your project from top to down. Like when you will start your project work, what you will do, you will take your project and you will decompose into different levels. Like when we initiate a project, we divide our project into phases. So in this example, you can see on top of the hierarchy, you have house. Underneath you have planning, design, build, inspection and close. This is second layer of your work breakdown structure, and under second layer beneath that you have third layer of the work package. Like under design you have blueprints, this is your work package. You have site plan, this is your another work package, and project management. Under build you have foundations, frame, roof, inspection, electrical, plumbing, customers. So these are the work packages. We decompose our work packages but up to not into very detailed level. So these are the mandatory documents needed to start your work on define activities. Do you remember we are studying define activities? In define activities we need scope statement, we need work breakdown structure, we need work breakdown structure dictionary. Dictionary is the explanation of your work packages. And obviously you need schedule management plan, which is the first official process of project time management. And I've explained and I've uploaded my video on schedule management plan as well. So in schedule management plan, It answers the following questions. How will I measure schedule performance during the project? Will I measure once a month or once a week? What calculation will I use? What data will I collect? The schedule management plan can be formal or informal, but it is part of project management plan. It helps make the schedule estimating process faster and accurate and according to the project needs. I have uploaded my video. If you have any ambiguity in understanding a schedule management plan, you can watch my video under leadership playlist. So let's talk about define activities. I've explained earlier, define activities is the process of identifying and documenting the specific actions to be performed to produce the project deliverables. And the key benefit of this process is that it decomposes work packages into activity levels that provide a basis for estimating, scheduling, executing, monitoring and controlling the project work. You cannot start your work directly in project management. Obviously you need some documents to start your work in define activities. What documents you need? I've explained in detail very clearly that you need your scope baseline, which is a part of project management plan. So you need a schedule management plan, which is the first process of project time management, and you need your scope baseline. And scope baseline contains 3 documents: scope statement, work breakdown structure and work breakdown structure dictionary. And remember, enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets are the common inputs in all process of project management. So let's talk about the tools and techniques of define activities process. Like, you need work breakdown structure to work on define activities, because in define activities we will take the entire work packages of the WBS and we will further decompose into more manageable, more smaller components. Let's talk about blueprints. Blueprints are the documents that contain 3 major elements: the drawing, dimension and notes. The drawing illustrates the view of the part necessary to show its features. Together, the extension and dimension line on the drawing indicate dimension and specific tolerance information on each feature. So you will take work breakdown structure in define activities and you will further decompose your work package into more smaller components. Let's say drawing, dimension, notes. Let's talk about site plan. A site plan usually shows a building footprints, travel ways, parking, drainage facilities, sanitary, civil lines, water lines, trails, lighting and landscape and garden elements. So these are all examples of taking site plan work package and decomposing into more manageable components like parking, like sanitary work, like drainage facilities, like water lines, lights, garden elements, landscaping. These are the activities of this site plan work package. For example, you have foundation. So what activities could be made? Shallow foundation, individual footing or isolated footing, combined footing, strip foundation, raft or mat foundation, deep foundation, pile foundation, drilled shafts. So these are the examples of its activities. You will have to decide which model you want to adopt in foundation work. So again, what I am trying to explain, in work breakdown structure, what is work breakdown structure? Work breakdown structure is a graphical representation of your project. You take your work packages of your work breakdown structure, and in define activities you will further decompose your work packages into more manageable, more smaller components where you can estimate time, where you can estimate cost, where you can assign resources to it. So taking work packages and decomposing or subdividing into more manageable, more smaller component. This whole activity is called decomposition. Decomposition is a project manager's skills which he must understand and learn how to take work packages and how you can further decompose your work packages into more manageable, more smaller components. How you will do it? Because you are a project manager, you are not expert in producing deliverables, so you will involve your team members in the decomposition process, and this activity involving your team members can lead to better and more accurate results. Another very important tool and technique is called rolling wave planning. Rolling wave planning is a form of progressive elaboration where you take your work breakdown structure and decompose your work packages into known detail. For instance, to build a guest room in your house example, you have decided you will install AC in your guest room and one TV as well. So these two activities basically you are going to perform in that room. So you have identified two activities, and this is what you know so far. You don't know the brand. Later on, the customer will give you more precise detail. For instance, in his demand is to install AC of brand Samsung 1.5 ton, and that must be inverter, and TV size must be 60 inches with curve of Sony brand. So in first stage you had no idea which brand AC you will purchase or TV, but later on, after 3 or 6 months, project customer has given you or will give you precise detail about AC and TV. This is called rolling wave planning. So what is rolling wave planning? Rolling wave planning is a form of progressive elaboration planning. In this technique, project team plans for the near future as detailed as possible, while the work for in the future remains planned on high level. Another tool and technique is meetings and expert judgment are the common tool and techniques you will see in almost 90% processes of project management. So meetings may be face to face. Obviously you are in this defined activities process, you are taking work packages and you are further decomposing them into more manageable, more smaller components. So obviously you will arrange your meetings with the project team members, with the project sponsor or the project stakeholders, because you are working in a very crucial stage. So meetings may be face to face, virtual, formal, informal. Meetings may be held with team members, subject matter experts to define the activities needed to complete the project work. I have uploaded my very good video on meetings. You can, if you have any issue in understanding the meeting concept, you can watch my video. Another tool and technique is called expert judgment. Expertise should be considered from individuals or groups with a specialized knowledge of similar past projects and the project being performed. So these are the four common tools, four tools and techniques. Number one is expert judgment. Number two is meetings. But very two useful techniques are decomposition and rolling wave planning. Now let's discuss the outputs of defined activities. First output is called activity list. Remember, you are basically what you are doing, you are taking your work packages and you are further decomposing your work packages into more manageable and more smaller components. So those components are called activity list. The activity list includes the scheduled activities required on the project. For projects that use rolling wave planning or agile techniques, the activity list will be updated periodically as the project progresses. The activity list includes an activity identifier and scope of work description for each activity in sufficient detail to ensure that project team members understand what work is required to be completed. So in this example, you have activity number, that is a unique number for any activity. You will type the name of the activity and obviously you will explain in description column what is the name of the activity, what it has or what work you will perform in this activity. Another very important tool and technique output of the define activity process is activity attributes. In the very initial stages of this process, initially you will work on ID, activity and description column. Activity attributes extend the description of the activity by identifying multiple components associated with each activity. The components of for each activity evolve over time. During the initial stages, like I said earlier, of the project, they include the unique identifier number, work breakdown structure ID, activity label or name and description. Later on, they may include activity predecessors, successors, their logical relationship, leads and lags, and when you will work on in more detail later on in resource management, you will identify type of resources required, their skills, type of efforts, location of performance, imposed dates and assumptions. Another tool and technique is output of this define activities is called change request, because remember, define activity process is iterative. You will have to or you will continuously work on different things. So once the project has been baseline, what is baseline? When you will get formal approval from the project sponsor. The progressive elaboration of deliverables into activity may reveal work that was not initially part of project baseline, because you, for example, you did your project planning based on the progressive elaboration. In progressive elaboration, we do not work in detail. We work up to the specified and available information. So later on you will generate different change requests. This may result in change requests. Change requests are processed for review and disposition through perform integrated change control process. And obviously you need milestones. What are milestones? A milestone is a significant point or event in a project. A milestone list identifies all project milestones and indicates whether the milestone is mandatory, such as those required by or optional, such as those based on historical information. Milestones have zero duration because they represent a significant point or event. And you will also update project management plan document in cost, time and scope. So this is all about my today's lecture. This is how we can work in define activities. In define activities, this process is done in project time management, which is part of planning process group. In this process, we take project scope statement, we take work breakdown structure and its dictionary, and then the purpose of working in define activity process is to further decompose your work packages into more manageable components. Those manageable components are called activities, and that is done in define activities process. And the very useful techniques are decomposition and rolling wave planning. If you have complete detail available, use decomposition. But if information is less available, you can use rolling wave planning technique. And in output, we produce define activity list, we produce activity attributes list document, and we also produce milestone list. And change request and project document updates are another output of this process. So this is all about my today's lecture. Do not forget, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Thank you.